Yo, what is up everybody? Zanzipikid here, back again to play another Hedda game from the Pick Your Poison Game Jam called Two Young Men Ventured into the Forest and Have a Surprising Experience! Better known by its acronym TYMVITFAHASE. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. This was made by Blue Lobster, Kiku, and cheesecakehuggles. And woo! I actually saw like a preview made by Blue Lobster full of out of context memes before this game went out. So the images I saw included Kirk Kirkendall from Hoodwinked. I guess a fox with like bread slices in the middle of it. And then there was like research on Japanese folklore, and then a freaking gingerbread man with like an occult circle burning behind it. And I'm like, what? What is this? So like my first guess of this game story was that, okay, so there's the Germans, they're gonna be in the forest, and then they're gonna meet a bunch of creepy Japanese folklore monsters, and then a fox shows up. Maybe it's like one of those nice foxes, and then there's gonna be an occult ritual revolving around the gingerbread man. Well, the actual story is different, but I guess I kind of got the vibe of the story, but yeah, this is about Germany and Prussia. They're going through the woods to visit someone who's just been living secluded there, and well, what will happen? Guess we'll have to find out. So without further ado, let's get in. Oh my gosh. I really like this art. Konnichi. Ah! Ow. Gilbert's just laughing at him. I like the designs of their outfits. Oh dear, don't get attacked by any trees. They're vicious in this part of the woods. Shut up. You probably bumped into it because you're not watching where you're going. Can't you read that book later? Soon enough, it's gonna be people watching their phones, and then they bump into trees. Excuse me for wanting to be prepared for this excursion. So I assume this is like based around medieval times? Based off of the Bavarian clothes they're wearing? Come on! It can't be that hard to welcome somebody. You heard the mayor. We have to establish friendly relations with him. He's apparently from the kingdom of Nihon. It's culturally very different from home. Nihon is Japan in Japanese. I want to read as much as I can about it in order to know how to approach him. I doubt we'll need to know about his entire national background to say hello. Well, yeah, I think best you should know is like customs, you know, what's okay to say, what's not okay to say or ask. Considering very few people have seen him, and he's a mysterious recluse that's lived in the woods for at least a month with no human contact, I'd assume that there's a benefit to knowing a bit about his culture and language. Well, can't argue with that, Mr. Cultural Ambassador. I sparkle. Ohio? Ohio? Isn't that a state in the U.S.? Yoroshiku. Maybe you should greet him in our language instead. You don't want to wind up calling his mother off when you meant to ask what his favorite color is. Yeah, or asking someone how old they are while actually asking how many buttholes they have. Shut up. Shut up. I don't know why I even brought you along for this. You're just going to try being smartass the whole entire time. It's because I'm the fun one. And you'd probably bore this dude to death if I didn't come along. Also, I'm better at leaving the breadcrumb trails. You always mix the crumbs too small and then we can't see them and wind up getting lost. Why use breadcrumbs? The birds are gonna eat it. That was one time when I was 11. Why don't you let it go? Or were they actually in a Hansel and Gretel situation and then this is just them grown up? Because we had to sleep in a cave and I woke up covered in guano. Also huh? Gasp. Also, little kids get lost in this forest all the time and never return. At least, that's what Old Man Ermingild told me back then. Oh boy. You'll believe anything, even if it's an old wives' tale. Funny you say that, considering how gullible you can be. Remember that time I convinced you that you turned invisible? I'm an adult now. I don't believe stupid shit as easily as you do. Now come on, according to this, we should be almost there. Okay. Walking along and being awesome while walking. Look, I have much more health than my younger brother. Okay, so, oh boy. We're just walking straight up. I'm guessing that's the place. I doubt there would be anyone else living out here. I knock the door. Dot 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 dot. Hello? Hi, we're here from the village of Volklakirch. Oh, what do you elbow me? I'm doing the introduction. You're not exactly the best at making first impressions. I should know, I'm your brother. We are here to welcome you to the village, as this forest falls within its jurisdiction. We would also like to speak with you, if you would allow. No. No, just kidding. Hi! You are from the village, you say? Yapperoni! Oh, is that your way of saying hello? Ahem. No, it's not. It's just some weird slang the kids are into nowadays. Okay. Hajimemashite. Watashi wa Ludwig desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Oh, yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Boku no namae wa Kiku desu. Hajimemashite. Yes, I too take level 1 Japanese lessons. Hajimisha! Gilbert desu! Oh my gosh. Brother, it's hajimemashite. I was not expecting guests. Indeed, this is a surprise, but a pleasant one. Won't you come into my home? It is rather cold out here. You would be warmer inside. Oh yes, let's go into the warm. Oh, what the hell? Was this Candyland? He's got some odd taste. All of his furniture is decorated to look like candy. Are you Charlie from the chocolate factory? Wait, it smells sweet in here. Is this place really made of sweets? Wow, nice place you got there. Thank you. It is not very big, but I built it myself with a small amount of materials. Small amount of materials? What? There's like freaking 80 gumdrops in this room itself, and it's excellently built. I do like the aesthetic. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Huh? But what? Ah, I apologize. I said thank you very much. It is no problem. We believe in welcoming all outsiders that come to a village, and we want to include any person who decides to move in. Sweet. Even a foreigner secluded in the woods who doesn't actually live in the village? Well, Geheimnisvoll Forest technically falls within Voglerkirch's jurisdiction. You see, after the treaty of... He doesn't need a history lesson, Ludwig. Anyways, we wanted to welcome you to the village. Back in 1907, the forest was a grand place to build a village. I certainly feel welcome. It seems Voglerkirch cares enough about someone like me to send 2 of their finest youth. You hear that, Rudy? We're the finest youth in town! Smack. I apologize for my brother's repeated interruptions. He's disturbed. Disturbingly handsome, more like... Ow! Is something funny? I apologize. I just find your banter to be amusing. Oh, you two must be very hungry after traveling this deep into the forest. Would you care to have a seat, and we can continue this conversation over snack? The dining room is over this way. Be right there! Oh, this is a giant house. Let's try snoop around. Oh, I shouldn't wander too far. Nope, okay. I wonder how you got all these graphics. I know some of them are from VXAs, but was some of this edited? Like, I like the pink tatami mats and the walls. And the doors. Sit down! So... This was unexpected. What do you mean? Are you blind? No, I'm perfectly 2020. He's his, never mind. Okay. Cake. I hope these are to your liking. I have been reading some cookbooks from this country, so I decided to prepare something. I suppose it's a good thing I did. What a coincidence that you gentlemen came to visit. You will be able to tell me if I made it correctly. ... Ludwig seems to love it. Das ist wunderbar! Oh, really? This is the best chocolate cream torte I've ever had! Seriously! The cream is whipped to perfection. The almond garnish is artfully done, and the inside is nice and moist. Oh my god, I am getting hungry just listening to this. The last time I had cake was for my birthday. Thank you very much, Ludwig. What do you think of it, Gilbert? I will try some, but it's got nuts on it. Last time I ate nuts, I broke out in hives and puked all over the town cry before passing out. Oh my god. It's actually a really funny story, because you certainly have a lot of baking skill, Kiku. And my Oma was a pastry chef, so that's really saying something. Yeah, Oma means grandmother in German. Come on, now he's just being silly. I'm flattered. How did you get the texture of the cream to be so fluffy? And where did you get your cocoa powder from? It's incredibly rich. Bruder, we came to talk about things related to village operations, not to exchange cake recipes. Oh, right. You're right. Yeah, Germany actually loves baking. Now that you've moved into the village of Voglerkirch and surrounding jurisdiction of the Geheimnisvoll Forest, we have some information that may be of use to you. You just freaking slam an entire stack of papers on his desk. I think we should go over public ordinances, sections D through I, as A through C technically only apply to actual residents of the village. Oh, at least you don't have to go through the whole thing. Why are your paperwork like a cinder block? Let's see, section D, subsection 1. No resident of Vovosjodgver shall make substantial structural change to existing structures. without written consent from resident services. I surely hope you have a permit for your renovation. Section D, subsection 2. No resident of Volvasjokdvurg shall... God, could this be any more boring? I might just take a bite of that cake. Going into shock would be a more pleasant experience than hearing this droning on. Subsection 3. All public spaces within the jurisdiction of Volvasjokdvurg shall not undergo structural change unless the entire council of public affairs decides to proceed with structural changes following a majority vote. I'm gonna go get some fresh air while you go over that paperwork. Hope you don't mind. Yeah, this paperwork is just reminding me of the times that papers saying that we can't have like a fancy bench in our front porch of my house, or that we gotta clean up and lawn mow the lawn because it's overgrown. Let me just go around this place. Or not. I guess we'll go outside. I venture out into the woods. Oh wait, what? Is that a bird? I almost didn't see it. Hey there, buddy. What you got there? But hey, that's not for you. I laid out those breadcrumbs for us to find out way back. It's like, beep, beep, chip, chip. What the hell do you do that for, you dumb bird? The bird's pissed. Wait, I didn't mean that. You're not a dumb bird. You simply lack common sense. That's not much better. And he's gone. Great. Couldn't have been a little smoother, Gil. Jeez, Gilbert. You put your foot into your mouth so often that even birds fly away from you. Felt he was eating the breadcrumbs, Jill. Doesn't mean you had to yell at him like that, Jill. Anywho, I should probably go back inside. Hopefully they're done by now. Yep. Oh no, the breadcrumbs. Let's go. Hi, guys. Are you done with your papers? Thereafter, a request for removal of relocation may be filed and may take from 10 to 20 business days to process. Any claims made past the statute of limitations will be ineligible for consideration unless prior written documentation regarding the issue is presented to the council before the statute of limitations is reached. Wherein the council will decide if claim has legitimacy and is within a reasonable time frame of the incident occurring. Any questions? About Section 8, Subsection 1. Would the garden gnome be considered acceptable despite being over the required... Dude, don't worry about that kind of crap. As long as you don't step on the grass at the park and don't fire yourself from a cannon on your second-story window and crash into the church. Gilbert, what the how do you... What? Then you'll be fine, trust me. Well, if you say so. Don't let all of this overwhelm you. Vogelkirch is a very welcoming and friendly place. Unless if you're Gilbert, of course. Hey! Yes, I understand. So, now that's over. I'm going to need you to sign here. He fucking nonchalantly slams another cinder block onto his table and smashes the cake. And here, sign over here. And sign here, initial here to indicate that you read this special clause on Section E, subsection 7. I like to imagine, I think Kiku would try and at least skim what he's signing for before signing. Sign here as well, then flip the page and sign on the back. Okay, and then sign there. No, not there, here. This is just reminding me of how annoying it is to have to, if you're a kid and you have to get your parents to sign stuff. You know, that pen is gonna run out of ink by the time he gets to the NDA. NDA? Don't worry, I brought 3 more pens with me. Anyways, well, he's signing that. And here and there. As it turns out, our breadcrumbs got eaten by my birdie. They did. I suppose we'll need to use his navigation to get ourselves back to the village then. And sign there. About that, I also had a falling out with him in which I said some regrettable things, and now he's gone and I don't know when he's coming back. Oh well, I had a feeling that something like this might happen. This part requires a What?! I have a mental note of the landmarks around the woods, as well as the tree formations, so we should be able to get through based on those. Oh, he was prepared for that. Wait, so I wasted all those breadcrumbs for nothing? I thought spreading those crumbs would make you happy. There's no logical reason for any person over the age of 12 to use breadcrumbs for actual navigation. Were you convinced they made a difference? They're biodegradable, Buddha. Do you even care about the environment? Just use a bunch of pebbles, dude. Like, I don't know, different colored pebbles? Anyways, we should be going, Kiku. It was very nice to meet you. I hope that you would be okay with us returning for a visit sometime. Oh yeah, actually, you missed the signature on subsection Z, section 2. We'd kind of need you to... Yeah, we'll see you later. Indeed, it is getting late. You both should go home and get some rest. And I will be sure to make sweets without nuts for you next time you come over, Gilbert. Sounds good to me. We'll be looking forward to it. Yay! Yay! Bye, Kiku. Please be safe. The woods are tricky around this time. Yep, they are. Whoa. Alright. Let's leave. Leads the way, or landmark finder. Oh, yeah. Creepy nighttime noises. Who the frick is screaming at night? Like that freaking... Is that a bird? Shut up, bird. I don't remember crossing a river on our way here. Okay, let's go. Oh my god, it's the same thing! Oh no! You know, let's go here. Surely this will be a better path? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. Oh no. Please, help! It's like I'm trapped in a Heto-Oni loop. Except it's nothing interesting happens in between the loops. Ouchie! Be more careful. You don't want to fall into a bunch of poison ivy like you did last time we went out this far. It's too dark out here. I can't see a damn thing. I think you're just being careless. No. In Germany. Oh no, you'd better get up quickly or else you're gonna have to get peed on. What? That's how you cure poison ivy rash, right? You piss on it? I thought that's how you cure, like, a sting from a poisonous sea urchin. No. That explains a lot! What? Well, anyways, which way do we go from here? No, Gilbert, we need to talk about your poison ivy treatments. There's a bridge on the river up there. Let's try going that way. Yeah, sure. We're not lost. We're totally not lost at all. You know, back before we had compasses and stuff, we used the stars to navigate. And what the heck, we're back here again. Oh my gosh. Now I'm starting to see what you meant by landmarks. This place seems really familiar. Odd, we just traveled south towards various villages. Somehow it brought us back here. The woods is cursed! You're lost, admit it. Jeez, no wonder why kids get lost in the night. I'm not lost, damn it. Back so soon? It seems we may have gotten disoriented trying to find our way back. Oh dear. What the Oh dear, it's gotten dark rather quickly. It's so odd. I suppose this forest is so dense that even slight changes in light will cause everything to be extremely dark. Well, yeah, that's what happens when it's nighttime. Pardon me if this seems commanding, but I suggest you both stay the night here. That wasn't that commanding. Even living in these woods for the short time I have learned how dangerous it gets at night. Especially for those who don't know how to navigate them. We don't want to overstay our welcome. I insist. I would never want two of my guests to be mauled by some kind of beast as soon as they leave my house. I'm wondering why he doesn't just help lead them out the forest. Then again, he probably has never set foot into the village. Beast? There are many wild animals around here. Several of them are very, very dangerous, like bears, and they are especially ravenous and hard to run from at night. Well, I suppose it makes sense to stay. Yeah, and with how you guys tripped over poison ivy, you can't outrun no beast. Staying the night? It's not like we can navigate when it's so dark out. Like Kiku said, there are dangerous creatures that roam the forest at night. I will go make preparations in my guest room for you both. Excuse me for a moment. Oh, so Mr. Navigation is suddenly unable to find his way through the dark? Maybe I'll just stay with Kiku then, and you can find your own way home. Wait! I don't want to be alone! Then stop acting like a damn child! You've been embarrassing me all day. Just take the offer and stop being stupid about it. See the door straight ahead? Guest rooms are over this way. Okay. Well, I think that's enough. Well, dang. So, what became a one-time visit is now gonna be a nighttime stay, so we're gonna check out the guest room and see how Kiku's house is like in the next video. See ya!